Let's speak with one of the stakeholders in that election. We're being joined on phone by Mr. Anthony Aziegbemi, who is a state chairman of PDP in Edo. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're seeing the build-up.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're seeing the build-up to the elections. Yes, we've talked about INEC's part, but then let's talk about political parties. I mean, we've heard about the issues in the APC. The PDP also has its own fair share of issues, the ward congresses that were conducted, for example, and the controversy that trailed it. And we're looking forward to the coming election in Edo State. Where does that leave the PDP really in the whole scheme of things?
The PDP, we are very ready for the elections. As you rightly said, there were a few grievances during the congresses held in March. As we speak, most of those grievances and the people aggrieved are being spoken to by multiple sources, trying to get people to understand that there's a bigger picture that wishes to get the party back to Sadebe Avenue. That one might feel aggrieved now, but the person should look at the bigger picture. Look at the larger interest of the party. Look for the greater good for the greater majority of members of the party. So to that extent, we are talking to our great members, and they are listening. They are listening, and we'll go into the primaries coming up between the 23rd and 24th of June with a united front. So we are good. We are good to go.
Right. I know the search for a viable candidate has begun in your party. Yes, you've talked about the primaries. But looking back at what happened, some will say you lost your most viable, in quote, candidate to the APC. And it begs the question, what is the plan here? Some other people are saying you're waiting to, in quote, cash out of the current back and forth in the APC. So what's the plan? What's the strategy for the PDP for the coming elections?
Well, you don't expect me to discuss the strategy of the PDP on a national platform like your respected channels. However, our strength in the PDP lies within us. Our strength doesn't lie in the weakness of our opponent. I don't know what you mean by the most viable candidate in our party. I will say that 3 of our aspirants, as we speak, have bought their forms in the PDP. Any one of these 3 of my aspirants that gets the ticket after 23rd and 24th of June will beat either the incumbent governor or the one you mentioned, the one you said just left our party. Any one of these 3 of my aspirants will beat any one of them. In fact, I even beat both of them joined together. So we know what we need to do. We have our data crunched out. We know what we are dealing with all the issues as it concerns the elections coming up. And don't forget that the APC has not done very well. In fact, has totally failed the state. For instance, it might interest you to know that the APC met a GDP in Edo State of $16 billion in 2008. As we speak, the GDP of Edo State is about a little bit above $10 billion.
Just one moment, Mr. Chairman. Just one moment. There was something that you said earlier that I would like you to take you up on, to follow up on very quickly. You said that, but you remember that your party had already said that your doors are open, that you would welcome anyone who was to come. If the incumbent Governor Obaseki, were to join the PDP today, would you give him the ticket or not?
We maintain the fact that our doors are opened. Governor Obaseki is our governor in the state. If he wants to join the PDP, he is free to do so. Will he get an automatic ticket? The answer is an emphatic no. He will have to go through the processes. because he's just joining us, he will have to go through the NWC where they might consider giving him a waiver and all that. And then he will still get to the delegates to tell them why he should be given the ticket. So it's a process. And that process is open to every Nigerian. So our doors are not closed at all. We think that Governor Obaseki is being humiliated, is being maltreated by his party. We believe he's being given the wrong side of the stick. Because that is in the DNA of the APC. They only know how to fight. They even fight themselves. So,
just one moment, Mr. Chairman. You just said now that the PDP could consider giving a waiver to the incumbent Governor Obaseki if he were to come in.
The NWC of the party.
You said that that your party could give him a waiver if he decided to join. You could give him a waiver to contest on your platform. Is it the same governor you just said, hasn't done well these past few years?
Yes. The answer to that, what you heard was stemmed from the question you asked earlier. We give him an automatic ticket, and I said no. Can he join the party? Yes. Can he be given a waiver? Yes. Can he contest in the primaries? Yes, of course. That's what I'm saying.
But you just said
he did well or he didn't do well. That's not the issue here.
Okay. Okay, let's move to another one of concern, which is the INEC guidelines. One of the things that's still relatively blurry is that of campaigns. How do you intend to handle political campaigns in the light of this COVID-19? Well,
clearly, COVID-19 does put some added strains on campaigns as we used to know them. But that's why we are human beings. Our brains are structured to think of new ways of doing things. Challenges are not new. The human race has been known to some mass challenges, and this is just one of them. I'm sure that with the INEC guidelines on COVID-19 and with the state guidelines on COVID-19, we are law-abiding. We are a law-abiding party. We will do what is within the guidelines to get our votes, to get our message to the voters. So as far as that is concerned, we are very much ready. We are ready. We have a message to take to our people. I mean, the rate of insecurity in the country, in the state, in the country is unbearable. The hunger is unbearable. So there are a lot of things we can tell our people, and we will think of ingenious ways of getting around the pandemic.
Okay.
And thankfully the pandemic we expect to get to the peak in Edo State sometimes at the middle of the month or thereabouts.
Okay, you know what? All right, would like you to hold your thoughts for a moment, for a few minutes. We'll need to go to break right now, but when we come back, we'll need to explore some further issues with you. So please join us again. Well, it's our concluded moments now. We still have with us Mr. Anthony Azegbami, who is chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Edo State. Well, earlier on, you said that you believe that the governor has been treated unfairly by his party. And it begs the question, have you been in talks with him in recent times? Has there been some form of, meeting, as it were, with the governor in recent times?
No, there has not been a meeting with him.
So when reports came out that, he had probably showed interest and then you debunked it, was there any form of follow-up?
No.
Right. So now, talking about the plan of your party in the light of COVID-19 and what you hope to do, in terms of the party primaries, in terms of the electioneering, the whole campaigning process, are you worried that this might dampen the chances of your party? Because from what we've seen from campaigns and what have you, the strength of the people usually shows the strength of the party. So are you concerned that maybe this might just dampen the party's chances?
I don't think so. I think, conversely, I think we would do better because we are in the same boat with the other party. we have so many things to say that we believe the people will appreciate, the citizens of Edo State will appreciate. And our task, basically, is to fashion out those ways and means, meanwhile adhering to the protocols of COVID-19, both at the state government and the federal government, get the message to our people, and get the votes out. You'll be surprised that the people are so dissatisfied with this APC-led administration in the state. A party that won 24 over 24 in the House of Assembly, they cannot properly get themselves inaugurated. They throw bombs into each other's houses. The level of insecurity, our women, our children cannot go to the farms anymore. The schools are in bad shape. It's just unbelievable.
You know.
So we as I said earlier, they've depleted our GDP from 16 billion to 10 billion. If we give them another 4 years, they will bring it down to 5 billion. I'm sure everybody will die of hunger in Edo State. You know,
you raised a lot of issues, Mr. Tony Azegbemi. Really, you talked about the state assembly, and a lot of people are wondering what happens, especially when there's a majority of APC in the party. What are the plans of the PDP to come in? But you know what? We'd like to thank you so much for your time. This is definitely an ongoing conversation. We've been speaking with Mr. Tony Azegbemi, who is the chairman of the PDP in Edo State. Thank you so much, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you.